Hey, peace. Welcome back to another episode of the Money Codes. This is Joel here to give you today's money code fix. And on today's episode, I want to go over a credit union called SECU. And when I actually got on the phone with their customer service rep, she actually pronounced it SECU, but for me, I'm just going to keep saying SECU because it just sounds better to me. So SECU, this is the credit union that is based out of Maryland. Now, the reason why I'm doing this particular video, anytime I do a video on Navy Federal Credit Union, one of the most common questions is what other credit unions can somehow compete with or be a complementary piece to Navy Federal. So on this episode, after doing a bit of research, I actually do like SECU as a credit union, especially if you're somebody who is not able to get to Navy Federal, or if you're trying to just kind of branch out and look at other opportunities, other options out there. I think you're going to like this. So the first thing that you need to be aware of when it comes to SECU is it's a lot easier to join this credit union as opposed to a Navy Federal. With Navy Federal, you have to be active or retired military, or a family member has to be military, or your roommate or your spouse is affiliated with the military. So you have to have military affiliation. With SECU, you don't need to do any of that. All you need to do is you need to donate $10 to their nonprofit, and that's going to allow you to be able to join their credit union. So last week I spent quite a bit of time trying to go into their website. And I'm actually going to do this in real time so you can see. If you scroll all the way on the bottom and you click on About SECU, right, you see membership here. We click on that. Eligibility, we click on that. And then on this page, you can see all the ways that you can qualify for this credit union. But you don't see on the webpage, and I think they actually changed this. Previously, you would have a direct link to be able to just click on that, send over your donation, and then you would be good to go. But I wasn't able to get the link to donate until I joined the virtual appointment. And I'm just going to tell you that right here to make it a lot easier. If you go to secumdfoundation.org, this is how you get in. So very simple. Once you get to the page, you can just put in $10. $10 is the minimum amount. You're going to hit submit. You can scroll down. You can leave this as the general fund. That's no problem. You're going to put in your name. You're going to put in your email, your phone number, date of birth. You're going to answer a couple of questions, pay with your credit card, and then you're going to receive an email with the verification that you went ahead and donated. It's that simple. So once again, I'm going to put this on the screen, secumdfoundation.org. $10 and you're in, right? That's all you got to do. All right, now let's just jump back. Now, the reason why I like SECU, let's go back to the main page. They offer a lot of the products that you would be accustomed to with a lot of credit unions. They have their SECU, Total Checkings and Rewards. What is this? This is basically multiple different variations of their checking account, and many of their checking account, depending on how much you have in your account, you can actually earn APY. So this is a great thing. Now, I will say this, when you compare it side by side to Navy Federal, Navy Federal is more generous when it comes to the APY that they offer. However, again, this is just an alternative. Still very solid, but this is not going to be the best on the market. Another thing that I want to briefly touch on, if you go to personal and then you go to personal loans, scroll down a little bit, there's preferred lines of credit, unsecured signature loans, deposit security loans, assistive technology loans. So for this video, just to make sure that I'm not going too far on length time, but I wanted to briefly mention the deposit secure loan. If you see my video on Navy Federal's shared secure loan and how that is an amazing product to be able to put down your own money as a security deposit, they hold those funds, they loan you back the same amount. This right here is going to be an incredible way if you're somebody that is looking to build and strengthen their credit profile. With your own funds, you can go ahead and create this deposit secure loan, put up your own money, and then now you have another trade line added on to your credit profile. So what I'm going to do is in the future, I'm going to do a specific video that goes in way more in depth. I'm not going to do that now just for brevity's sake. So again, for this video, I want to center everything on the credit cards, because on this channel, we talk about how to build credit, how to leverage credit. We talk about different credit card products, different credit building products, anything that is credit related. This is the channel for you. So if you are not subscribed already, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to stay plugged in, hit the bell notification. This is going to be your one-stop shop on all things credit related on YouTube. So make sure you do that if you haven't already. So boom, right here, SECU versus Navy Fed. What are the credit card deals? How do they stack up? Can SECU hold their own when we compare it to the juggernaut that is Navy Fed? So first off the bat, the premier card that they have is the Visa Signature Card. This is their top of the line. This is their best of the best. This is the card that they offer. Now, you can see here, this card offers 3 times points on dining, travel, Amazon, and iTunes, 2 times points on gas and groceries, 1 time points on everything else. And another good thing about SECU, just like with Navy Federal, on all of their cards, even their most premier high-tier credit card, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, no cash advance or foreign transaction fee. These are the same type of perks that you would see over with Navy Federal. Now, at the time of this recording, you can earn 25,000 bonus points when you spend $2,000 within the first 90 days. And you're looking at APR, a variable APR from 11.49 and above. This card right here, because this is their top of the line card, the credit limits, you're not going to get anything below 5,000. So it's going to be between 5,000 and 50,000 in spending limit. I spoke to the rep on the virtual appointment. She wasn't able to give me specific data points, but based off the conversation, if your credit profile isn't really that strong, I would probably wait before I try to apply for this card. I would probably go for one of the other cards that I'm going to go over in just a second. Now, how does this compare to, let's say, the Flagship card? Because again, Navy Federal's Flagship, which is their premier card, 3 times on travel, 2 times on everything else, earn 30,000 bonus points, which is a $300 value by spending 3,000 in the first 90 days. You can see here that their introductory bonus is a bit higher. And then something that SECU's premier card doesn't have, they did not have an introductory APR. So with the Flagship, you get a 1.99% APR on balance transfers for the first 6 months. And then after that, you're looking at a variable APR from 9.99 up to 18%. You got to look at the categories. Are you spending a lot of money on travel? So for the Visa Signature Card by SECU, are you spending money on Amazon and iTunes? Are you spending a lot on dining and travel? These are the things that you got to pay attention to. And another thing that we have to pay attention to is the Flagship card. It has a $49 annual fee. The Visa Signature from SECU, they have no annual fee. So that's just another thing that you need to keep in mind when you start comparing these cards. However, this is a very, very solid product. A very solid product from SECU. Next up, we got the Cashback Visa from SECU. Earn 2% cashback on gas and groceries, 1% on everything else. This one does have an introductory APR, which is 1.99% intro APR for 12 months on balance transfers made in the first 90 days. This I love. If you watch any of my videos, you already know I'm a big fan of utilizing the introductory APR, especially when you're doing balance transfers. You're taking your large balances from other credit card products and bringing them over. So if you can take advantage of these intro APR offers as well as earn 2% cash back on gas and groceries and then 1% on everything else, again, this is another solid offering. This one has a $150 cash back bonus with $1,000 spent in the first 90 days. The APR on the Cashback Visa is going to be, again, a variable APR between 11.49 and 19.49. And just in case you haven't noticed, when it comes to the APR, the variable APR, Navy Federal is always going to beat out the other credit unions when it comes to that APR. I don't know how they do it, but you're just not going to beat Navy Federal when it comes to just that flat out APR. And you're going to see that trend continue as I go on with this video. How does that stack up to something like the Navy Federal Cash Rewards? Earn 1.5% cash back, or if you are somebody that is enrolled in the direct deposit with Navy Federal, you're going to get 1.75. So this is not going to be the 2% cash back. You're going to get 1.75 with direct deposit enrollment. You're going to get $150 bonus cash back when you spend $1,000 within 90 days. That sounds familiar. And then with Navy Federal, you're going to get a 0% intro APR on balance transfers for 6 months, as opposed to SECU's cashback card, which offers 1.99 intro APR for 12 months on balance transfers within the first 90 days. So you're going to get a little bit higher intro APR, but it's going to be for a longer period. You're going to get 0% intro APR, but it's only going to be for 6 months. So again, it's not directly apples to apples, but they're still kind of comparable. So if you're not able to get into Navy Federal, but you're looking at SECU, like, okay, what do they have to offer? You can see here they have quite a few products that it may not be apples to apples exactly like Navy Federal. I think they can more than compete with quite a few of these products. Again, the APR 9.65 up to 18% variable APR. Navy Federal is going to win that match every single time. The first rate Visa. So this card is going to be probably the simplest. You're not going to get any bells and whistles here. There's not going to be any sign-up bonus. There's not going to be no intro APR. There's not going to be any rewards points. This card is strictly for people that just, all they want is the best APR possible. You just want the best interest rate. You don't want any other bells and whistles. This right here is SECU's best product. You can see here this card has a starting variable APR starting at 8.99, which is their best offering that SECU offers. So if you're looking for the best rate, this is the card that you need to look at. How does this compare to Navy Federal? The Navy Federal Platinum card is going to be the best apples to apples match. This card is going to have 0% intro APR on balance transfers for 12 months, which I love for the reasons I already mentioned. After that, depending on your credit profile, you're looking at a APR from 5.99 up to 18%. So what is the difference between these two cards? Well, again, the APR, you're looking at 5.99 compared to the 8.99 with SECU. And then with the Navy Federal Platinum, you're going to be able to take advantage of their 0% introductory APR for 12 months. SECU does not have an introductory rate for balance transfers for this credit card product. So the next 3 or 4 credit cards that SECU offers, they're going to be kind of similar, but the changes, the differences, they're going to be quite subtle. So let's look at the rewards Visa. This one right here is 1 reward point per purchased dollar, redeemable on more than 1,600 reward items. There is a separate portal where you can go to redeem your points. Points have no limit and they never expire. This card, unfortunately, it does not have any sign-on bonus or cash back. And the variable APR on this card, you're looking at 10.99 and above. The starter Visa. So now this one, again, is going to look pretty similar. This one is centered around people that your credit score, your credit profile, it may not be the strongest. So you may need to get the starter card. This is going to be the card that you're probably going to have to look at if you're still in that phase of you're still trying to build up your credit profile. You still may have 1 or 2 derogatory items on your credit profile. You're still trying to get back on your feet. This is probably going to be the card that you may want to look at. Again, as I previously mentioned, this is going to be a 1 reward point per purchased dollar. Now the APR here is going to be a little bit higher. You're looking at an APR from 13.99. Now here's another subtle distinction. If you're looking at the starter Visa card, the spending limit, it maxes out at $2,500. The starter Visa is going to help you along, but it's not going to give you the high credit limits. It's not going to give you all the bells and whistles as you would get with the higher tier cards. The secured Visa. Again, the secured Visa, we're looking at the same thing. If you're looking to build your credit profile, 1 reward point per purchased dollar. For this card in particular, I believe the minimum amount that you can put down is $300. One thing to keep in mind on this card, the secured Visa, this card does not graduate. It does not graduate. So again, keep that in mind. So if you're not able to get the starter card, you may have to get the secured Visa, work on your payment history over time, and then you would have to apply. You cannot graduate. You would have to apply for another product once you start building that relationship with this credit union and you start getting your credit profile where it needs to be. Now, lastly, here is the student Visa. This right here is a little bit ambiguous when it comes to how they have a distinction between this card and the other cards. This one is suited for students, and I believe what she told me is people under the age of 24. You're still in school. This is going to be the card that they're going to try to push you towards. Same rewards points here, 1 reward point per purchased dollar, and then the APR is going to start from 13.99. I do not know if there's any special perks or benefits specifically for the college student or somebody that's under 24, still in school. There's not much information that I was able to get, but if you are a student, this is something that you may want to check out. So a common question that I know somebody's going to likely ask me is, are they going to check ChexSystems? And the answer is yes. During the sign-up process, I provided my ID. I gave her my social and all of my personal information. She did confirm that she was going to run me through ChexSystems. And then the next day, because I got on the call with her around, I think, 4 o'clock, and they closed at 5:30. The next morning, she sent me an email with all of my logging information, all of my account information. So yes, SECU will use ChexSystems in order to process your application. Another thing to keep in mind is that SECU, they're going to be checking your Equifax scoring model 5. I did a video about a year ago breaking down the differences between the scoring models, why some lenders use one scoring model over the other. But for this one, you're going to be using your Equifax FICO score 5, not your FICO score 8 or your FICO score 9. And for most people, the only way that you're going to be able to see that score is if you have an account with myfico.com. That is a paid service. And finally, one last point, depending on when you're doing your application. So let's say you go ahead and you do an application for the Rewards Visa card today. If you apply for any other credit card product or any other personal loan, they're going to use the same inquiry for 30 days. So I highly would recommend that you take some time, look at all their products that they offer, look at all the credit cards, look at the loans that they offer. Go ahead and figure out what looks good to you, because if you time it right, you can get one hard inquiry and then you can get multiple credit products. So time your applications correctly. And then that's it. I think I pretty much covered the major points. Is this a Navy Federal killer? No, I don't see it as a killer, but I do believe that they are a more than solid credit union. Again, they're very easy to join. Go ahead and submit that $10 donation and then you are in. You don't have to worry about being military or living with someone that's military. You can earn APY on their checking products. They have tons of credit card offerings. They have business offerings as well. And as you can see here, as I was talking, and hopefully I can move my face around so you can see, but you can see here on the bottom right-hand corner, go ahead and open up the chat box. You can go ahead and you can ask any question that you want. Initially, any question that you ask is going to be like this pre-populated robot answer that they're going to give you. But in the chat box right here, you can ask for a live rep, and then you can speak with a live person. And then you can also set up a virtual appointment on this very same website right here, where you can just put your webcam on. You can see the rep on the other side. You can ask all the questions that you want right through your web browser. That's another feature that I thought was pretty cool. So this right here is the reason why I do like SECU. Tons of products here in the categories that you may want to take advantage of. There are plenty of products here. They actually offer more credit cards than Navy Federal. So there's bound to be something in here that suits your needs. So just go down in the comments, share what you know, and that way we can all take advantage of this information. So that is it. I will catch you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Peace.